still. See a flow of divine unconditional love pulsing and permeating every organ, action, function, cell, fiber of your being, eradicating all that no longer serves, all dis-ease or discomfort, and just leaving a divine spark in every place. Remind yourself, I am a divine spark. I am a divine spark. I am a spark of the divine. By your willingness, simply allow for divine insight, healing, transformation, demonstration, manifestation, wisdom, intelligence, joy, grace, peace, stillness, remembering, acceptance. If you're willing, just imagine loving yourself as Spirit loves you. How does the Spirit within love you? Unconditionally. What would that feel like to be loved and accepted and supported, sustained, fully maintained, unconditionally? Inviting you to take that feeling tone in. Accepting oneself right as you are, whole, complete, perfect. Nothing missing, lacking, needing, nor wanting. A masterpiece of the divine. Simply remind yourself, I am a divine masterpiece. I am a masterpiece of the divine. Every hair on your head selected by this universal intelligence. Just feel what it feels like to be loved so very much and so very necessary and on purpose. Let's breathe that in together and exhale it out, and breathe it in and exhale it out. I am unconditionally loved. I am a masterpiece of the divine. I am a divine masterpiece. Just take that into your heart space. And so I invite you to return back completely to the body temple, just with your breathing. Let's breathe in the divine, sacred, and holy breath. Fully aware back to the physical. And with our exhales, we just tap or rub our feet firmly against the earth, Gaia, Mother Earth. Be certain we can feel our feet supported on the ground. You may want to tap the fingertips gently together. And when you're ready and in your own time, gently allow the outer eyelids to open. Becoming aware of the sanctuary, one another, the space. I'm so grateful to each of you I am for participating in the meditation portion of the service. We infuse the energy of the space for all those who enter now to receive a blessing, a healing, a transformation, an insight. With a grateful heart, this concludes the meditation. Namaste.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together, we come together in the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together. We come together in the name of love. We come together, yeah, we come together. Oh, we come together in the name of love. From every walk of life, every creed and color, kinship we unite in honor of the God in each other. Now look at the person next to you. Say, Namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in a sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, yeah, we come together. Oh, we come together in the name of love. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. Yeah, see the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded who we've come to be. We are love, we are love. One big family, hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. All right. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. Yes, I'm in the right place, the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. And my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 I said, my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I said, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome, and my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. Getting the message loud and clear. Getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Here's Eileen.
And good morning, all you beautiful souls that are welcome here, totally and completely. Well, good morning, and welcome to our spiritual center in Redlands. Thank you to everyone joining us live in our beautiful sanctuary right here, and to those who follow us on Facebook Live and watch remotely on YouTube. My name is Eileen, and it is Eileen. And it is truly an honor and a privilege to welcome you to our Sunday celebration service. We are a New Thought spiritual community and all-inclusive to all the spiritual truths from all the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths. We focus on the philosophy of science of mind, which was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, who developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into our world. We honor all people from every background, all races, sexual orientations, gender expressions, and spiritual paths. No matter who you are or where you are on your journey of faith, you are always welcome here. You are always welcome here. And if you are with us for the first time, please raise your hand. All righty, we're glad to see everybody returning again and again, and we love it, absolutely love it. And we are delighted to have everybody here today. And a gentle reminder, please silence your cell phones, put them away. Yep, there you go. Thank you, Phil. So that you may participate more fully. And now, because I happen to know that there's not a single man alive that does not consider himself an excellent barbecue chef. And because it is Father's Day today, where we honor fathers of all kinds of fathers, animals, for children too, animals, friends, adoptees, all kinds of fathers. We have a little gift for you, and we are going to see that you get those right now. Jean and Ann are going to pass them out to our wonderful fathers. And know that we love you with all our heart. We treasure your presence in our lives, and we are grateful. And again, love to every one of our fathers that are here with us today and remotely. Thank you.
Thanks, Eileen. Okay, everybody's got your barbecue thing? Okay. This is our time to get centered and talk about what's happening in this very room here. In this very room, there's quite enough love for all of us. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all of us. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For spirit, one spirit, is in this very room. In this very room, there's quite enough love for one like me. In this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For spirit, one spirit, is in this very room. In this very room, there's quite enough love for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to walk through our every fear. For spirit, one spirit, is in this very room. In this very room. In this very room.
And so I invite everybody to turn within. Let's take in the divine, sacred, and holy breath. And we exhale out anything that does not match all that is divine, sacred, and holy. Just let it go. And inviting you to take 3 exhales out in a row. And on the last couple, let's make a ah, or let whatever's in the body temple just go. Ah. Again, we breathe in the divine, sacred, and holy breath that is always in this very room. It is always in the center of our being. It is the I am that I am. And it is from this place of unity and unification that I speak a word of blessing for today's service to continue to unfold with ease and with grace, with a great sense of joy, a great sense of surrender and play and ease, in an atmosphere that's been so lovingly created for unconditional healing, for right remembering, for intelligence and wisdom, for all demonstration and manifestation, for each of our individual and all of our collective highest and greatest good to come forth with no delay. Anything that is heretofore blocked or hindered, deferred, denied, or delayed, that it has no more power. It's vanquished, eliminated, disintegrated, reintegrated back to Gaia Mother Earth to be recycled, restored, refreshed, made new, repurposed. And instead, the divine, just know that you are divinely liberated. You and spirit are a majority. There is nothing that can come against you that can nigh your dwelling place. And so we continue in this very room knowing, affirming, where two or more are gathered, that this is true and this is so. And so we speak a special word of blessing this day on Father's Day for all fathers, for all father figures, whether they be biological, whether they be tribal or related or selected. And just know that half the greeting cards sold are to non-biological fathers, 50%. So we call them forth and we say, thank you for all that they did. Many did so very much. We just remember them as much as possible in an unconditionally loving way now and connect to that energy space. Even if the relationships were complicated, we can do our best to find a neutral and unconditionally loving space for that now. And we send blessings this Father's Day right there to those places. All lessons have helped us to be in this place that we are. Let's breathe that in and breathe it out and just send love and light to all these figures on this day that are celebrated. Fathers and father figures. And now I invite you to take a special moment with me to just bless David Wilkerson as he made his transition this morning at 2:49 a.m. See eternal life as the order of the day. Blessings surround Christy and family. Just hold them in our hearts, for indeed they are legends, not only to the sanctuary and space that is the son of the beloved Dr. Ruth, and I believe the father is Dick. So we support Christy and family. Just reach out if you feel that's appropriate, in any way that you feel it from your heart. Never forgotten, in eternality where the body temple no longer serves, we can loose that and be free, be liberated back to the I am that I am. And so as we always do, we pray about peace. We must start with the peace within ourselves. So I invite you to just speak your own name out loud in the sanctuary space, Brother Mark. Let's speak the names now at this portion of anybody you're holding in your hearts for prayer. Jimmy, Crystal, Marco, Grace, Monica, Dennis, Gigi. Know that right where they are, God is. There's only perfect God, perfect man, perfect God, perfect person. Perfect God, perfect. Insert the name right there and see them in your mind's eye. this way, whole, complete, and perfect, nothing missing, nothing lacking, nothing needing, nothing wanting. All is in divine order, even when it doesn't appear that way. I'm calling forth for divine order. And now we call forth the peace that passes human understanding. For ourselves, for our own individual lives, for each of our family lives, we're calling forth peace. We affirm this peace. And then we take this peace into our family units. We take this peace into the families that we've created to support us and uplift us, maintain us, and sustain us. And let's take this peace now through our city. We take the peace through the state, the energy, the highest frequency for good, for peace to prevail on earth. We take it through the world now. Take it across the oceans, to all the places in struggle and conflict and strife. Let's see in our mind's eye humanitarian aid reach all those places, food, shelter, basic essentials that are so greatly needed. See a way where there may not be a way. Call forth in spirit to make a way where we may not see the way. And as I always do, I ask for you to join me to see world leaders change their minds and policies toward peace. There needs to be no explanation. And let peace prevail on earth. Join me in seeing this if you would. The highest frequency of peace permeates all, and all lower frequencies or energetic vibrations are transformed and transfixed, transmuted into this peace with a capital P throughout the planet for all sentient beings. And if there's anything else on your hearts that require a prayer today, just know that Spirit, God, whatever you wish to call it, the universe, this intelligence knows what those prayers are that are on your heart, and answers always yes, 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 and yes. You are my beloved in who I am well pleased. See yourself as perfect, whole, and complete. And let's just say that together if it feels right to you. Just remind yourself, I am perfect, whole, complete, as I am right now, even now, especially now. And with a grateful heart, I release my word to the law of life that only knows to say yes, and it is done and complete. And if you would like to affirm this with me, together we say, and so it is. So it is. Amen. Ashe. And now we have Ellen, who's going to come on up and do a reading.
Test, thank you. For the Father, we all actually have. Original poem. Cloaked with a strength that brings me home to a world and to a presence I once did know, I carry your guidance here in my heart and know that you have held me from the start. Your dignity is divinity displayed. You have known me and you have stayed, growing in grace with you as my friend. I remember our joined world as one with no end. You are my Father, and I have sought you in moments when I forgot you. Safety in your warmth, the fire Mother began, is the hope for our family, trusting we can be there for one another. King upon throne, I have loved us all greatly among the wild unknown. You are the rock of this clan besides Mom, and we have loved this piece more in every song. Your gift of authority is authenticity rendered, and I need that light in every sorrow remembered. You remind me of my mission, Dad, in each dim sadness. And Dad, I love you. Your heart and God's meld in gladness. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. So my favorite Father's Day song has always been Leader of the Band by Dan Fogelberg. He wrote that because his father was an orchestra director or choir director or one of those. It's a beautiful song, but I just can't sing it anymore. So I'm going to do this one instead. This is by Carole King, and this is the James Taylor arrangement, okay, more or less. This is for all the people that ever wanted to just get away from it all. Carole King heard a song on the radio called Under the Boardwalk. It talks about just getting away from it all. But she thought it was a great concept that you can actually get away from it all right where you are. You don't have to go to faraway places. Just walk up on a roof. When this old world starts to get me down and people are just too much for me to face, I climb way up to the top of the stairs and all my cares just drift right into space. On the roof it's peaceful as can be, and there the world below can't bother me. Let me tell you now, when I come home feeling tired and beat, I go up where the air is fresh and sweet. I get away from the hustling crowd and all that rat race noise down in the street. On the roof's the only place I know where you just have to wish to make it so. Let's go up on the roof. At night the stars put on a show for free. And neighbors, you can share it all with me. Keep on telling you that right smack dab in the middle of town I found a paradise. It's trouble-proof. And if this world starts to getting you down, there's room enough for two up on the roof, up on the roof. Everything is alright up on the roof. Drop what you're doing tonight and climb up the stairs and be free. You got the stars up above and the city lights below. Whoa, up on the roof. Let's go up on the roof.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gilman Carver, our music director.
Sure.
Thank you. And we want to welcome those that joined, that came in the sanctuary space. We welcomed you when you weren't here, and then you appeared. So you're welcome. We're so glad to have you with us. So my name's Brother Mark. I'm one of the licensed practitioners here and a practitioner emeritus. That means just 20 or more years of service to science of mind-based spiritual communities in Southern California. And I did that from 1996 to 2000, probably before you were even born. So, and next, I wanted to let everybody know before the talk today, next week we're going to have a special guest speaker named Berlin Garcia. He's one of our recent foundation's students. So he will lead meditation at 9:40 a.m., and then the service begins at 10, and you just arrive whenever you wish to arrive. It's perfect. So today, I'm going to talk probably about Father's Day. Do you want me to do it first or last? It's up to you. What are you guys saying? I was thinking spiritual liberation's the topic. I was going to go with that first. And then I just have a few facts about Father's Day, and if time permits, we'll include those like we do. So when I say spiritual liberation, what's one of the first things that just comes to your mind? Just throw it out there and I'll repeat it in the mic. Release, spiritual liberation, freedom, spiritual liberation, catharsis, spiritual liberation. Oneness, spiritual liberation, truth, surrender, spiritual liberation, discernment, spiritual liberation. Okay, and if something else comes, just let it out there and let me know about it. So this idea of the science of mind, which is a textbook that we do a lot of our talks from. It's an amazing text, and it actually talks a lot about freedom, doesn't it? And about spiritual liberation. And I think the most important thing I could do is, and also if you have something that's on your mind, if you just go to the glossary and take a look at the definition, it's kind of a life-changing thing. It's really a great life tool. So you can, I just went to spiritual liberation, it took me to the page, and I'm just going to read it if that's okay with everybody. So and then we'll do that together from this mic. So this is from page 488. And it's called The Law of God is One of Liberty, and it's from 2 Corinthians 3:12. And I'm going to change some of the words to people if they say, if they're the pronouns. The law of God is one of liberty and not one of bondage. The Spirit of the Lord is everywhere. Freedom and liberty are also everywhere, and if we could but see them. Freedom, like truth, is self-existent and self-propelling. The Spirit, truth, and freedom are coexistent with one another. Whenever we are conscious of God or pure spirit, we are made free. Let me repeat that part. Does that feel right? Whenever we are conscious of God or pure spirit, we are made free. And I'm going to divert just for a minute. That's the key to all spiritual teachings. Any workshop you ever go to, any type of faith-based center you ever worship in. When we're aware that, when you're aware, when I'm aware that I and spirit, or the spirit within me is a majority, really, that's the freedom. Nothing can come against that. Are you feeling that a little? If not, let's keep going. Whenever we are conscious of God or pure spirit, we are made free. So let's say that if you believe it, let's say it as an affirmation. When I am conscious of God and pure spirit, I am made free. Yes, that sounds and feels totally right. This is proven in mental and spiritual healing. When we are conscious of perfect life, the body is healed. That's a big concept. When we are conscious of perfect life, the body is healed. And I'm going to just take a moment because in our teaching, we're more than our physical. When we look in the mirror, that's not the truth of who we are. We're really, if you could see who we really are, we're like a stardust, a flame cloud, a big burst of energy, right? It's not, we can't be maintained or confined by the physical. And so even when we speak about passing, that person is made free. They are still whole. They are still complete. They are perfect. And it is not for us to judge or to compare that, somebody may be on the planet and in the body temple for X number of years and somebody is just for a short time. So we're made free despite the appearance that we're not here in the physical form or in the body temple. And indeed it says the body is healed. So sometimes we need to loose or free ourselves of the physical to have this spiritual liberation. We must become unconscious of the imperfect and conscious of the perfect alone. Since our ideas of perfection are limited to our present understanding, we do not yet manifest perfection. With the greater unfoldment of reality through our consciousness, we shall evolve a more perfect body. In the demonstration of abundance, we seek to realize the liberty, the freedom whereby God proves absoluteness. This is done not by meditation upon limitation, but by contemplating plenty, abundance, success, prosperity, and happiness. And I think that's beautiful. In our teaching, we often, when we go to do a prayer, we affirm the opposite, right, of the prayer. And I'm here to remind you and say with all those within the sound of my voice, it's also a really great practice to pray when everything's going amazing. And right? Because as we align our intention with the energetic of everything that's happening amazing, we can create even more amazing. And then it branches out like the tree has branches of a root. That can be even more amazing over here to the right, even more amazing to the here on the left, and even more amazing in the roots that are going down deep. Because we're affirming what we want to see create as energetic beings. It is unscientific to dwell upon lack, for it will create the undesired condition. It is scientific to meditate on plenty, to bring the mind to a point of conceiving an eternal flow of life, truth, and energy through us, and through everything that we do, say, or think. Isn't that magnificent? Let me go through that and break it down. And if Al was here, I'd ask for a rap beat, but he's not here. It's scientific to meditate on plenty, to bring the mind to a point of conceiving an eternal flow of life, truth, and energy through us, and through everything that we do, say, or think. Isn't that so good? It's so rich. It's like a cheesecake. We're only going to have one more bite, and then we're going to set aside the cheesecake. Sometimes even a sentence or a paragraph is all you need for a whole day or a week. And I just say, take that with you and practice it, right? So this idea of how do we manifest like the perfect, let's call it romantic relationship. We become the qualities of the partner that we're seeking. And then we look at ourselves like a magnet. And then we call forth for all candidates to present themselves with ease and with grace. But just know, not everyone is, right? So it's trust and verify, right? And then you got to make sure they're really matching the equivalent. It's a principle of mental equivalence, right? And it's the same idea if we want to manifest a place to live or a new car. We got to feel the energetic of what would it feel like to be living in that place. What would that new car smell like? They offer a new car smell in the car wash. Like, what is that? Right? And we teach ourselves and train our energetic to be that frequency of the receipt of our answered prayer. Right? What would it be like to be kissed by that lover? What would it be like if you want to have a romantic relationship, or what would it feel like in all ways? What would it feel like to have the divine right employment? Consider spirit as the employer. and say, let me see before me all the right places that I need to apply. Because guess what? We need to apply. In our teaching, we don't say, just go meditate and sit at home, right? And don't look at your phone and your emails and don't apply. We say treat, which means pray, and move your feet like you got to do something. Like we have to participate. What's that? Take action. We got to take responsibility and accountability and like take action steps toward the intentions of what it is our desired creation. Does that make sense? And then some of them are not for us, some of them are for us, and we want to call and pull toward us like a magnet all those things that are for us, all the right pay, all the right location, right? What does it look like and feel like when you're there? Are you successful at the end of the day? How do you feel at the end of the workday? What are your coworkers like? Do you have coworkers? Is it just working from home? You got to go through the whole laundry list of all these things. We throw it out there. And we ask as many people as we know, hey, right? I think it's great to put stuff out there. Hey, if you know about anybody who's looking for X, Y, or Z, right? I'm looking for X, Y, or Z. And you see that sometimes, and not everybody reaches out or reaches back, but we all are within like 5 minutes of contemplation of how we can all help one another. Trust that. What's that? It is beautiful. We are all like within just 5 minutes of really listening to one another, of being able to really, literally help one another in a tangible way. And that's what this place is about. That's what that church is about. That's what this center is about. We're literally within 5 minutes of helping change a life. It's the way the women's shelter, the women's cold weather shelter got started. Pouring rain, days in a row. The other place closes with no notice. One of the congregants who hasn't been here recently makes a phone call, unlocks the door. With volunteers, it starts. Yeah, that's it. And and I don't think that person will be mad at me for saying this, but the reason I even reached out to Berlin to speak next week, if you check out the Facebook post, he was brave. I think it's very brave. He said, I'm a student looking for, X, Y, or Z during the summer. I'm like, I said, did anybody reach back out to you? He goes, no. I go, okay, well, the board would like to hire you to speak from, a series if you want, 1 to 4 times. So that's how that got created. Isn't that awesome? So it's to me, that was very brave to ask. Because we don't know who all the people are who are following us on social media, right? And I'm sure the young ones are better at it than some of us. Like I was just reminded the other day that somebody was uncomfortable that I post things about my religion or spirituality. I'm like, that's too bad. That's the only reason I'm on social media. If I didn't have this, I wouldn't ever have that. And so if somebody's uncomfortable, they can click on unfollow, unfriend, whatever it is, right? You don't have to like it. We're not asking you to even believe every single thing that is spoken from here. We're meeting together to create a better world for ourselves and the general greater good, right, of the world. And so we're always giving ideas. So that's why I love being with everybody. It's important to have all ages, all wisdoms, all of the ancestors. We try to honor all of our ancestors as well. And take the good from the ancestors. We want to make sure it's always for the highest and greatest good. In every single prayer, every single thing we affirm, we just want to make sure we affirm it's for our greatest and highest good. And so there's a little more to the reading, but before I do that, I got to tell you, I was working the last few days really hard and for long, long hours. And in a very big warehouse environment, I saw somebody who really is the definition of spiritual liberation. And it was a person, and I don't know the gender, like when we say we honor gender expression, man, walking around in a, whatever the outfit was that was for them, in a city that, I don't know, I couldn't do it in my generation. And I was so amazed that that they put on like a gauze skirt, streaks of color in the hair, and a Hello Kitty purse, and you're having your best life with your friend, just shopping and doing your normal stuff. And today, even when we were waking up like we do sometimes at that CBS Morning News, this is the extremes of it. But it's kind of beautiful to see a brief interview with Pete Buttigieg, the Department of Secretary, Transportation, with his husband of 9 years, their kids, they're raising their kids. And have that somehow be honored on Father's Day was kind of amazing for somebody of my generation. It was beautiful. It was just beautiful to see. So this idea of spiritual liberation is also about self-acceptance. It's about honoring oneself despite what anybody else may see, think, or do. All right, and now we're going to go to the rest of the reading. So this is a section called How to Demonstrate Liberty. To demonstrate liberty, drop all negative thoughts from the mind. Do not dwell upon adversity, but think plenty into everything. For there is power in the word. Meditate on the things you are doing as being already done, complete, and perfect. Try to sense the infinite life around and within you. This life is already fully expressed and complete. This life is your life now and the life of all that you do, say, or think. Meditate upon this life until your whole being flows into it and becomes one with it. Now you're ready to prove your principle by allowing this life to flow through the thing that you are working on or for or about. Do not will or try to compel things to happen. Things happen by an immutable law, and you do not need to energize the essence of being. It is already big with power. All you need to do is realize this fact, and then let it be done unto you or unto that for which you are working. Let, and it's capital L, capital E, capital T, is a big word and an important one. By taking thought, you do not add 1 cubit to reality, but you do allow or let reality, with a capital R, to manifest in the things you are doing. As the power of your meditation is centered on what you are doing, life flows through that thing, animating it with real power and action, which culminates in the desired result. The Spirit of God is loosed in your work. Where the Spirit is, there is liberty. Do you feel that? Let's just say together, where the Spirit is, there's liberty. All right, one more quick thing. That I'm going to back up to that one paragraph. Try to sense the infinite life around and within you. Let's just take a moment and do that. Try to sense the infinite life around and within you. This life is already fully expressed and complete. This life is your life now. Let's say that as an affirmation if you feel that. This life is my life now. This life is all that I do, say, or think. And then this just take in. Meditate upon this life until your whole being flows into it with the capital I and becomes one with it with the capital I. Take a moment and just turn within with that idea. Meditate upon this life until your whole being flows into it and becomes one with it. Can you feel it? All right. And so it is. Yes, we're doing Father's Day. Go ahead. You said Father's Day? I'm going to say a couple things. Yeah. I think that for me, that message was coming out like, boom. So, okay, a couple things about Father's Day. Ready? And this could be an old stat, but there's at least 66.3 million fathers in the USA. 100 million Father's Day cards are sent out each year. 50% are for actual biological dads. In 1865 was the inspiration for Father's Day. It was a Civil War veteran named William Jackson Smart who reared 6 children after his wife had died. Ed's dad did the same when his spouse was unavailable to raise children, had 5 kids, had to earn them back in that time frame because the courts didn't feel that that person was capable. So could you imagine that our little Ed had to be taken away and then regained to his biological family? And he used to hide lima beans in his socks. In 1909, so 1908 was the first Father's Day service in Fairmont, Virginia, July 5th. 1909, there's a lady named Sonora Smart Dodd was inspired to advocate for the celebration of fathers. 1910, the YMCA Sonora Smart Dodd in Spokane, Washington. 1916, Woodrow Wilson and family observed the day. 1924, Calvin Coolidge signed a resolution in favor of Father's Day to establish more intimate relationships between fathers and their children and to impress upon fathers the full measure of their obligations. And thank you, Barbara Adams, for this. 1966, President Lyndon Johnson signed an executive order that the holiday be celebrated on the 3rd Sunday in June. 1972, Congress passed an act officially making Father's Day a national holiday, and that was a Nixon resolution. There's a couple quotes on Father's Day. This is from Scott Aubrey of Spiritual Passages. It is fitting that Father's Day falls on or near summer solstice every year. One meaning of father is to give rise to. Yes, of course, our fathers have given rise to life, to our life, and the sun every morning gives rise to a new day. So Carol Carlton is a Reiki master and says, the summer solstice is a time for strength and vitality, for action and movement. From Napoleon Bonaparte, if I had to choose a religion, the sun, as the universal giver of life, would be my God. From Emma Mumford, summer solstice has great spiritual significance. It's a potent time for birthing new energy, new beginnings, manifesting and welcoming abundance. From Science of Mind, page 26. To suppose that the creative intelligence of the universe would create a person in bondage and leave them without would be to dishonor the creative power which we call God. To suppose that God can make a person an individual without leaving them to discover themselves would be to suppose an impossibility. Individuality must be spontaneous. It can never be automatic. And then from page 183 of The Science of Mind, again by Holmes, to daily meditate on the perfect life and to daily embody the great ideal is a royal road to freedom. So you guys got the gist of all the spiritual liberation. Let's see if anything else other than the closing is worthy. Okay, this is good. Also from Science of Mind, page 159. Holmes. Not only must we have complete faith in spirit and its ability to know and to do, but we must have complete confidence in our approach to it. We must not be lukewarm in our conviction. We must know that we know. And you hear that sometimes in our type of centers. So this idea is Holmes, and it's old-fashioned, some of the language and jargon, right? But it's that idea of having a fire in the belly, which now would be translated into passion, right? The more that we believe that we have already demonstrated something, the more then energetically it makes sense, right? Like a magnet, we can pull it back into us. So Mae Jemison is an engineer and NASA astronaut that said, it's your place in the world, it's your life. Go on and do all you can do with it and make it the life you want to live. Maria Sharapova, tennis champion. You learn that losing is not the end of the world. You learn that the great players are not those who don't get knocked down. Everyone gets knocked down. They are those who get up just one more time than they've been knocked down. Losing is the teacher of every champion. Nelson Mandela. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. From Eckhart Tolle, to know yourself as the being, capital B, underneath the thinker, the stillness underneath the mental noise, the love and joy underneath the pain, is freedom, salvation, enlightenment. Marianne Williamson, Return to Love. That's my very first spiritual teacher in the mid-90s off Wilshire Boulevard. As we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence actually liberates others. Would you affirm that with me if you believe it? As I let my light shine, I unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. When I am liberated from my fear, my presence actually liberates others. Very good. From Richard Rohr, prophets are concerned above all with transformation and freedom of the heart. And then out of that free heart, the prophet says, listen. From Charles Fillmore, whoever has sat at the feet of his own inner convictions has been aware of God's presence. From Steve Maraboli, the book is Unapologetically You. Let today be the day you are no longer intimidated by the monumental size of the change you want, but instead be empowered by your ability to make that change one step at a time. This is Scott Aubrey, Spiritual Passages. We can know the beauty of freedom and empowerment when we face our so-called negative emotions. When we embrace our skillfully feel our sorrow, anger, or depression, we are inspired to live authentically. Our sense of purpose is renewed and energized, and the action we take is divinely guided. From Anili Skarin, Ye Are Gods. There is no such thing as an insurmountable wall in anyone's life. Every obstacle can become a stepping stone along the way of advancement. We can let a straw block our way, or we can make it a stepping stone. If we look at our experiences and can be thankful in all things, we can transmute the petty, the bitter, the heartbreaking experiences and conditions of life into rewarding and fulfilling events. True gratitude is the song of the soul that will lift any individual into joy and light. From Hebrews 11:1, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. From Hebrews 10:35, do not therefore abandon that confidence of yours. It brings a great reward. Isn't that awesome? So let's say that one as an affirmation. I shall not abandon that confidence of mine. It brings great reward. Does it? And from the Native American, Billy Mills, Lakota tribe, and also an Olympic athlete. When you know who you are, when your mission is clear, and you burn with the inner fire of unbreakable will, no cold can touch your heart. No deluge can dampen your purpose. You know you are alive. From a lady named Whitney, or a person named Whitney Hansen on Facebook, I just copied this post. I am in love with you, yes, you, the people with fragile hearts. I think you are the bravest, most beautiful of miracles. If you cry when you read books, or if another's pain brings you heartache, if your heart cracks for the sake of bent butterfly wings, please stay that way. Do not let the weight of the world make you hard. And then I'm just going to invite you to close your eyes and take this in. It's a final reading by Talia Hunter. Just allow this to take it in, the parts of it that are meant for you. It's called The 12 Illusions. And on the path of self-acceptance, these 12 illusions you shall shed. The illusion of being unwanted. For in truth, there is no such thing as an unwanted soul. The illusion of being unlovable. For your true self is love. The illusion of unworthiness. For you are always deserving of love and success. Let's say that one out loud. I am always deserving of love and abundant success. The illusion of being weird, for there is no such thing as normal. The illusion of needing external validation, for your worth is never dependent on another's approval. The illusion of being insignificant, for your presence impacts all of humanity. The illusion of being powerless, for within you lies the strength to shape your destiny and influence the world. The illusion of not being good enough, for you were born good enough. Let's say that out loud. I am born good enough. I am good enough. The illusion of being a burden, for your existence is a precious gift and your contributions add value. The illusion of being unsuccessful, for success is subjective and your path is uniquely yours. The illusion of being ugly, because that label only ever reflects the viewer being incapable of seeing your beauty. And the illusion that aging decreases your value, for in truth, you are not a body, but a soul. Amen. All right, and now it's time for the offering, so the ushers are going to come forth. If you just know the portal from which we give is the same portal from which we receive. So if you want to do extra giving, the Lucite box is going to help to with funds that are needed for the cold weather shelter, the conclusion of that. We're going to raise an extra $2,000 for that, for supplies, for utilities, and the miscellaneous expenses as we close up that. And then for the next shelter program, for those who are new, the City of Redlands has a grant that our center is going to coordinate the administration of. Isn't that amazing? Our center was selected by the City Council for that. So we thank you for that. And so we just bless our tithes and our gifts and our offerings. And if you agree with the affirmation, you can repeat it with me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does such great work in the world. And it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you for giving. Thank you for receiving. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for breathing. Thank you for believing. Thank you for being who you are. The universe is flowing with love that's ever growing. And you are a vessel of that love. So thank you for caring, bless you for your sharing. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being who you are.
And so I invite the congregation to outstretch your hands toward the offerings received. Just know that they continue to come in all week long, which they do on Zelle and Venmo and in all different ways. Know that they are sufficient to keep the work of this sanctuary space, which has been in Redlands 70 years, for the next 70 years. Let it be both blessed and abundantly overflowing as a blessing. Can you feel it? All right, and so it is. All right, thank you, everybody. And for those within the sound of my voice, if you're not able to be here in person but you want to contribute, there is a form. You can see any of the board members. David, you have something? Come on up on the mic.
Can I go over some of the ways to donate?
Yeah.
I wanted to show
In the
you-
mic.
Here, I'm going to actually just show you on the screen here. Yeah, I'll make it really fast. I just spent a lot of time this week working on this, and I think you guys should know about this. Let's see. So if you go to our website, which is CRSRedlands.org, and you just go over here where it says donate, you can do this on a phone, obviously. There's all our donation options right here. Venmo, you're probably familiar with. You just log in as a Venmo and you pay. The other way is PayPal, which I've just updated. There's a few new things here. You can now give weekly, which that wasn't something we could do before, and monthly. And what I like about this is that you can control this completely and turn this off whenever you want, which is very appealing to me. Because if you want to, sometimes we're doing hard times and you might want to adjust this. If you do this here, it says add this to cover the cost of fees. You could do that too. That is really helpful to us because then you can pay the fee and then we can take all the donation. So that's an option too. The other option is, let me go back here. It's Zelle. I just put the email address because the problem is I can't put a link for Zelle because everybody's bank is different. But Zelle is really cool. It's on every bank, even my credit union has it. And you can just put in the email and donate that way. So I just want to make sure you guys know about this. You can easily access this from the website.
Thank you, David. That'll help a lot of people who watch remotely. Yeah. We want to know who the 1,300 or 1,600 people are too that follow us on. Who are these people? And let's have them invite them to come. Let us know from where you're watching. We love you all. And now our board member, Eileen, will have the announcements. And then it'll be the closing song, and then stay for refreshments.
Okay. On Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. is the book club that is hosted by Holly Bocanegra. It's a great book. Absolutely. And the links to that are in the weekly announcements that David sends out in the blast. Thank you very much to all those who volunteered yesterday at our yard sale. We had a great yard sale. There were some wonderful things there. I want to tell you that I brought tons of sweaters. And I had a little note that said, sure, it's hot today, but it's 191 days till winter, and then you'll wish you had bought some sweaters. That note did not encourage people. They did not buy any sweaters. So if you need a sweater, let me know. I'll bring a couple or tons. Join us next week for our special guest speaker, Foundation graduate Berlin Garcia. He will lead meditation and present the main message. If you don't already love Berlin, you will. He is absolutely one of the most delightful people. And the first Sunday in August 4th at 11:30 p.m. following our service is our upcoming membership meeting. Be here with us. I believe that can also be attended on Zoom. Is that correct? Yes, it will. And you'll receive the link later on. What did you say? Oh, absolutely. If you want to be part of that meeting as members, so I will see me. I will give you an application for membership. And there are so many here, not so many, there are a few here who are not members that I would love to see become a member. Join us for potluck and snacks following the service, and we thank everybody who donates for that. And Holly is raising her hand.
We're having our
Oh, after service next Sunday. After service next Sunday, karaoke. Yes, Philip, I got your notice.
Fundraiser for the women's shelter, you need $2,000.
Okay, that,
Here, right after church. So
right here.
you guys can watch, just eat.
If nobody got all of that, you see Holly. She'll refresh what she said.
It's a fundraiser for the women's shelter.
Now, our friend here, our beloved board member and friend Phil, wrote something that he wanted to add to the announcements. And it says here, June 19th, June 10th, in Sylvan Park is something till 4 p.m. What is that word? Oh, it's happening to now. Oh, it's not on June 19th. It's happening now. It's Juneteenth. And it's right, Sylvan Park is right over there. It's a luscious park. It's a wonderful place to be. And it is going on till 4 p.m. today. All right, thank you all so very much. It was wonderful having you here.
Thank you, Jonas, for the closing song. We'll rise up if you want to shake your shaker.
I used to think I would always be alone, separate, misunderstood. Shake 'em, come on. I spent my days in quiet desperation on the outside. Things look good. Then I discovered the error of my thinking, the lie at the base of all my fears. So simple that it turned my world around. Why did it take so many years? Holly's ready. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes. Can we get the lyrics up on the screen? Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. Sing along. Now I am loving with my eyes wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide open. There is no separation, no matter what it looks like. No separation, no matter what they say. No separation except what I imagine. And I imagine separation's gone away. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my mind wide open. Yes, I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. And I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide